Is God in the building? I said, is God in the building? All right. Gotta throw God out there real quick, man, because this is a God-given program, correct?
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to thank Val for sharing her personal experience, strength, and hope with the group. It's very much appreciated. And congratulations on the 2.5 years. 2.5 years, right? Congratulations. So, let me hit you guys with something real quick, right? I'm sorry. My name is Miguel, and I'm an addict in recovery. The universal definition of God is spiritual principles. Is it okay for me to use this? Or is it being recorded?
We need it. You can't hear it, we can't.
It's not being recorded?
It's being recorded.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. So the universal definition of God is spiritual principles. And the universal definition of spiritual principles is God. All right, so if you really think about it, run down the list of all the spiritual principles and you will find out that those are all the characteristics of God. Right? Patient, humble, tolerant, spiritual. Right? So to the best of my ability, I want to act in a godly manner. Right? Because recovery is also about being men and women of integrity. Right? Not men or women, but men and women. The or and the and changes the definition. Right? Because our literature talks about that. This is a fellowship of men and, not men or. All right? We can get our help from anybody. Anybody. All right? We can get our help from a newcomer. Right? Newcomers are not losers. I be hearing people talking about stick with the winners and not with the losers. Stick with the men, stick with the women, men with the men and with the women. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. To my understanding, my personal step work, I could have sworn that our third tradition talks about that the only thing you need to be down with recovery is the mere desire. Right? Desire means that the definition of desire is a yearning for, a spiritual motive, wanting to get clean, but can't get clean, but you try to get clean anyway, no matter what our fourth step talks about, fearless. Fearless is defined as going on despite the fear, right? And you guys always told me, Miguel, no matter what, don't use, right? So when I hear stick with the winners and not with the losers, I remember somewhere in our literature where it says that a day clean is a day one. So take the O out, put the I in, add the rest of the letters, N-E-R, what does that spell? Winner! Ding, 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 ding. So I really don't like when people separate that, man, because there are no losers in recovery. And God don't make no losers. God don't make no jump. Right? Don't let nobody tell you that you're a bad person, because you are not a bad person. You just made bad decisions. Don't let nobody tell you that you're a mistake, because you're not a mistake. You just made mistakes. Right? We're talking about positive affirmations here. Telling myself that I am instead of I am not. Right? And recovery's not easy, right? We struggle. Recovery is not easy. Right? Zach told me that my topic is an inside job. Right? Change is an inside job. It happens from within. Right? So I go to my third step and I remember what it talks about. Right? God's will. What is God's will? God's will is me finally, for the first time in my life, allowing a power greater than myself instead of myself, right? To help me in my will in my life, which is my attitudes and behaviors, in order for me to grow spiritually from the inside, so it can manifest itself on the outside. Because peep the formula. Most of the time, what I think is what I feel, and most of the time, what I feel is what I'm gonna do. Is that probably a lot of people's experience? Right? This is the problem, ain't it? A lot of people say, my best thing is what gets me in trouble. My best thing is what gets me in trouble. My best thing is what gets me high. My best thing is what gets me high. Right? So if this is the problem, then let me go to my third step and start listening to what's closest to God. And what's closest to God? My heart. If I listen to this instead of that, I won't get in trouble so much. I say not so much because ain't nobody perfect but God. I'm human and I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm human and I'm gonna fall short. Right? And I remember that my second step said, listen, Miguel, if your perception does not change, your attitudes and behaviors will remain the same. Zach said that my topic is the inside job. It starts from within. So if my perception does not change, my attitudes and behaviors, the way I've been acting for 27 long torturing years in active addiction, will remain the same. And I'll be clean and crazy. Clean and crazy. Talking Gucci and wearing Kmart. Right? That's what I'll be in recovery. I don't want to talk Gucci and wear Kmart. I don't want to be clean and crazy no more. Did you hear what I said? No more. No more. Because I've been a very good boy for a long time now. Yes, I have. I got confirmation. Huh? In the beginning of my recovery, man, I was bugged out. I was still doing a lot of things that I was doing in active addiction. Clean. Clean. Man. I know what our literature says. It says that there's no room for that street stuff in the rooms of recovery. But coming in, oh, it's coming. It's coming. I'm bringing all that New York stuff up in here. Come on. Come on. But eventually, by believing in a higher power, by believing in the God that I serve, the God that I believe, you believe in your own God. My God is mine. Val talked about it. God of her understanding. Listen, my God is from the Bronx. He's bald-headed. He's Dominican like me. You know, he walks with a little bop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He got a New York slang. That's my God. And me and him get along fine. But I'm not him. And I don't want to be him. Because I don't want to take nothing from him. I just want to be me. Just me. But I know it's going to take work. If there's any newcomers here, this thing works. That's right. Only if you work it. So newcomers, please work it. Because you're worth it. Alright? So let me read something real quick, right? It has a lot to do with the topic. And I'm not going to tell you where it comes from, what book it comes from. I'm going to keep it anonymous because this is a diverse event tonight. This is a diverse event tonight. Right? There's a diverse 12-step programs speaking here tonight. The literature that I study in our 12th edition, it talks about that diversity is our strength. Right. All walks of life. All are welcome. We all belong. Look who's next to you. Black, white, Spanish, short, tall. Right? It doesn't matter. Pick what diversity means. Diversity. We are different individuals valuing each other regardless of sex, intellect, talents, or years. Right? Richard Pryor said, that's us. For the OGs, man, you know which album that comes from, but I can't tell you the name of it, man, because it's, you know, the word ain't cool in this event right now. But that's what he said. It's just us. And I'm glad it's just us, man, because we deserve it. I know I do. I did a lot. 15 years in the penitentiary. Ate out of garbage cans, same story as yours. Raped in a private Catholic school, 2nd grade, 7 years old by a nun. Right? Violently, repetitively abused by my mother because I looked like my father, the one that left us, abandoned us, isolated us, and grew up poor up in the Bronx, waiting on those welfare lines, man, for a little piece of government cheese. Not government, government. But if you put a hot iron to it, man, and slap it in between 2 slices of bread, that thing is banging. Listen, God will give you a little and fill your belly abundant. Right? God will give you a little to fill your belly abundantly. Right? So let me read this. Check this out. And this is mainly for the newcomers, but also for the people that's been here a while. Because the people that's been here a while, we can't get cocky or arrogant. I used to be cocky and arrogant. I used to, for real. Some people might think that I still am because I'm loud, I'm enthusiastic, I'm animated. That's just me. Brand Nubian got an old song says, you gotta love me or leave me alone. That's what Brand Nubian said. Eminem said, I am whatever you say I am. But I am who I am. Right? But I like what Heavy D said too, man. Heavy D said, I want somebody to love me for me. And not because my name was whatever it was on the street. So if Popeye can love himself with that funny little arm of his, remember that? I am what I am, and I am what I am, and I am what I am, what I am. He was okay with that funny little arm. He got olive oil, didn't he? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about self-acceptance here. Isn't that what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about regular acceptance. We can accept anything. But Miguel, can you self-accept yourself just the way you are and not seek validation from anybody? Can you do that for you? Can you look yourself in the mirror and be okay with what you found out about yourself in your 6th step and accept it, fully self-accepted in your 7th step? Right? Because if I don't keep my 6th step in check, my 7th step won't be so apparent. And then my 8th step list won't be so enormous to where I gotta make too many amends in my 9th step. Does that make sense? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the work for me. So again, recovery's not easy. I got 18 years clean, man, and we'll be celebrating 19 years clean next month, October 12th. 19 years, October 12th. But I didn't do that by myself. I was watching people. The speaker after dinner is one of the people that I watched. He's sitting in this room right here. He doesn't know it. But I watched him since day one, along with other OGs that I watched, and I learned from them. I learned from them. Because this is about the therapeutic value of one addict or alcoholic. Right? It's about the therapeutic value of one addict helping another addict, which is definitely without parallel. Right? NA, never alone. AA, always available. Hold on, did I just say that? Yeah, that's kind of fact, yo. Hold on, I gotta write that down. I never said that before. AA, always available. Yeah, that's kind of fact. Hold on, You know how you about to do something, right? And you pray God in, and you just start bugging, and you straight up forget what you just said, and somebody be like, yo, that's fly, what you said on you. I'm like, okay, whatever it was. That's what I did when I came up here, man. I do believe in God. My literature says that this is a God-given program, and it's gonna stay like that for me. Along with the OGs, along with the newcomers, it's all about God with me. Right? So check it out. The process of recovery is not easy. It takes great courage. Right? Courage. Courage is defined as doing something that frightens you. Ain't that what the surfers say when they go out to surf? No fear, dude. No fear, dude. Ain't that what they say? No fear, dude. Right? That's courage. Them boys got courage, man, on them big tidal waves. Right? Courage means doing something, do something that frightens you. Like we say in recovery, no matter what, Miguel, no matter what, go through it. The only way to get through is to go through. Did y'all hear that? The only way to get through is to go through. And I went through my mother's passing 2 years ago. I went through my papi's passing 15 years ago. I went through my very first cousin that was murdered up in the Bronx and his body was left 2 blocks away from the crib. I went through loss of jobs. I went through crazy relationships. Right? I went through and I did it clean.
Amen.
I did it clean, y'all. Because that's what y'all told me to do. Miguel, do not use no matter what. Right? So it takes great courage and perseverance to continue recovery day after day. Part of the recovery process is to move forward in spite of whatever may stand in your way. That's what it says. This is documented. This ain't nothing Miguel's saying. These are God's words, written by another drug addict for other drug addicts. Right? People in recovery. Because long-lasting change in recovery happens slowly. I tell my sponsees, right, about their personal step work, take your time, but don't take too long. But take your time, but don't take too long. Take your time, but don't take too long. But take your time, but don't take too long. Huh? Does that make sense? Right? Because it's not a rat race. Listen, I'm already from New York, man. I already travel at the speed of light. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place, man. Miguel, slow down. Slow down. He's around back. Lay down somewhere. Sit down. And that's exactly what I did in this process. I sat down. And I let these big ears of mine flap open. And I heard everything y'all said. Right? Check it out, check it out, check it out. Right. Because long lasting, we will turn to the first step of our lives again and 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 again. I'm talking about practicing the spiritual principle of surrender. Surrender is defined as not having a fight anymore. Am I talking about a physical fight? Negative. I'm talking about a mental fight, an emotional fight, a spiritual fight, the fight within self. Should I? My sponsor always tells me, Miguel, if at any time your spirit is being negotiated on the inside about doing something and not doing something, man, just do the complete opposite. Listen to your heart, not your mind, because most of the time it's going to work out. Most of the time it's going to work out. Listen to this, not this up here. This is what's happening. God is what's happening. This thing right here. Ain't that what DMX says? This thing right here. Y'all silly, man. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. All right? Even long periods of abstinence do not guarantee us continued freedom from the pain and trauma and trouble that addiction can bring us. Trauma is real. Trauma needs to be worked on. My rape issues plagued my life, all my life. All my life. Thank God for God. Thank God for recovery. Thank God for a sponsor. Thank God for change. Thank God for literature. I don't make women pay for what that nun did to me no more. I don't sleep around no more. Oh yeah, no I do now. I am off the market. I'm done. Y'all ain't gonna talk about me no more. Cause y'all used to. I already know what I did. Just like hundreds and thousands of other people did. I ain't unique, I ain't the only one. But I had my turn. But I chose to believe in the God that I serve to help me through those rape issues. And I no longer wanted I didn't want my past to keep plaguing my present, and if I didn't do something about it quick, it was going to jeopardize my future. And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. So I'm cool now. I'm cool now. I'm in my first monogamous relationship of 6 or 7 years, one of the two. We're talking about getting married, man. I ain't never been married before.
Do it.
Huh? My man said, do it. What was that, Water Boy? Just do it. I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do it. On the Nike commercial, just do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man. I'll give it a shot. But y'all see what I'm saying? No. Work on your trauma, man. Because my literature said that addiction is a disease that involves way much more than the use of drugs. Addiction is way much more than the use of drugs. It's not just about the drugs and alcohol. Yes, it's always about the drugs. Yes, it's always about the alcohol. But it's not just, key word, just about drugs and alcohol. I told you from the Bronx, man, I believe in hip-hop. I was there when he was born, man, so I might cut some stuff every now and then. So it's not just about the drugs and alcohol. So if it's not just about the drugs and alcohol, then what are you talking about, son? I'm glad y'all asked, man, because I want to tell you. Because it's revealing, it's beautiful. Zach said that my topic is the inside job. So if it's not just about the drugs and alcohol, then what is it about? It's about our attitude, behaviors, actions, reactions, thoughts, feelings, emotions, how we perceive things, our perception of life, how we respond to people and things, and most importantly, myself. That's the problem. The inside, not the outside. Anything can jump off on the out. But what jumps off on the inside, that's what needs to be worked on. I haven't smoked coke or shot dope in 18 years. So my message is not just going to be about drugs or alcohol. It's going to be about my attitudes and behaviors and what I'm doing about it. I didn't come into recovery just to stop getting high. I also came into recovery because I want to stop being a mean person, a disrespectful person, an argumentative person, a confrontational person. I also came into recovery for that. That's what I want to work on, to stop being that. I don't want to walk like this no more. If I can walk like this, man, for the rest of my life, that's cool. If I can walk like that and be a man of God, a child of God, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being a cool nerd. I'm high with that. Huh? What did Rakim say in that song? It ain't where you're from, it's where you at. Where I'm at is right here. Where I'm at is right here. That's where I'm at right now. Come on, Miguel. I'm not gonna hurry up and read this. Alright, because sorry, man. Alright. The symptoms of our disease can always return. Always. We may find that we are powerless in ways that we have never imagined. This is where we begin to understand how the things we try so hard to control are in reality completely beyond our control. Right? No matter how our disease displays itself, we must take its deadly nature into account. As we do, we develop a fuller awareness of the nature of our disease. Check this out. The disease of addiction can manifest itself in a variety of mental obsessions and compulsive actions that have nothing to do with drugs. Didn't I just confirm it in other pieces of literature where it said that addiction is a disease that involves way much more than the use of drugs? Well, it just got confirmed again. I can't go wrong with the literature. I can't. Again, if my spirit is being negotiated on the inside about anything, I'll go to my literature and get it confirmed, right? And secure it with God. Yo, God, okay. Right? Because that's what prayer and meditation is about. Prayer is about communication. That's what prayer is about. Prayer is about communication and meditation is about listening. conversation is about being open-minded. Right? So I talk to the God, I listen to my understanding, and then I wait and I listen for the answer or the solutions or whatever he wants to tell me. It doesn't matter. Right? Check out. Right? Right? We sometimes find ourselves obsessing, behaving compulsively over things we may never have problems with until we stop using drugs or alcohol. We may once again try to fill the awful emptiness we sometimes feel with something outside of ourselves. A spiritual problem cannot be filled or fixed by a physical solution. Does that make sense? A spiritual problem cannot be filled or fixed by a physical solution. Only a spiritual can fix a spiritual. Sex is only temporary. Shopping is only temporary. Eating is only temporary. Fighting, arguing is only temporary. Huh? It's just a temporary fix. Right? Check it out. Anytime we find ourselves using something to change the way we feel, we need to apply the principles of our first step. And for the newcomers, the fact that you came in here, you guys just completed the first step. Congratulations. There's more work to be done. More will be revealed. It ain't over yet. Huh? Check it out. This is my favorite part. We are never, ever, like Outkast. Remember that song, Outkast? Never, ever? Right? We are never immune from having our lives become unmanageable. Never. Those character defects will show up without your permission. Without your permission. Thank God for the seventh step that comes right after that. Right? Even after years of recovery, we are never immune. Even after years of recovery, we are never immune from having our lives become unmanageable. Never. Ain't nobody perfect but God. Right? I'm about to finish up, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this on the DOT, right? If problems pile up and our resources for coping with them dwindle, I love that word, dwindle. Doesn't that nice little word dwindle? Right? It's like that spiritual principle, prudence. That's a cute word, prudence. Prudence means caution, right? Prudence means caution. Prudence means being careful, right? Prudence means in its right timing. Right? And that spiritual principle comes out of our ninth step, right? But we ain't there, right? We ain't there, right? We may feel out of control and in too much pain to do anything constructive for ourselves. We feel overwhelmed by life, and that feeling seems to make everything worse. When our lives seem to be falling apart, we reapply ourselves to the basics. Not the 24-letter words. The 4-letter words, the 2-letter words, the 6-letter words, the basics. Right? The simplicity of our program. The simplicity of it. Right? Because listen, the literature that I study, it says that our intellect has been sharply affected because of our drug use. Sharply. And I can't remember jack. This is my brain right here. I know some of y'all be like, okay, well, don't you got an iPhone or something? You can't put that in there, Miguel. I do got an iPhone, but I'm illiterate to technology. I'm being honest. And so I write everything down. See, look. If I don't write it down, man, I'm breaking somebody's heart. I'm getting somebody, man, I'm gonna receive a lot of phone calls. All right? I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Now check it out. I gotta hurry up. I got what, 3 minutes? Right? This is awesome, man. Check it out. We stay close in contact with our sponsor. Zach was talking about earlier. We stay close in contact with our sponsor. We work the steps. We go to meetings. We get a home group. We become of service, not just in service of in. Two different things. You can be in service and not do nothing with it. Right? You just got a commitment in name only. Like a sponsor in name only. Right? Recovery in name only. Right? Some of us got a God in name only. Right? You got something that recovery gave you, utilize it. Utilize it. Right? I utilize everything, man, that my 12-step program has given me. Every nook and cranny of it. And it's what's given me these 18 years. Along with you guys and God and all that stuff, right? Can't leave you guys out, man. Right? So, okay. So we surrender again and again and again, knowing that victory lies in the admission of complete defeat. It says just regular defeat, but I'm extra, as you can see already. So I like to put in the word complete defeat. I'm talking about both hands up. God, I surrender. Do whatever you feel is real with me, son. Whatever you feel is real. I'm at your beck and call. I want to start from scratch with you, not me. You, not me. Right? So, the inside is where it has to start with me, and it's going to stay like that. Whatever happens on the outside, it's God's will, not self-will be done. Self-will is the impulsive road towards destruction. Right? Those destructive patterns that I have executed all my life, and I got nowhere fast. Nowhere fast. So now today, to the best of my ability, I practice God's will. And I already told you what God's will means, but I'm going to say it again. God's will is just finally allowing the power greater than yourself to help you in your will in your life, which is your attitudes and behaviors, in order for you to grow spiritually from the inside so it can manifest on the outside. Because what jumps off on the inside, most likely is going to come out on the outside. So change is an inside job. Miguel P, Recovery, thanks for listening.